Welcome back to another Bunger video. We have an empty engine bay right here, and we have a fully built motor, and it is hanging on the engine stand. So, you know what time it is. It is time to put the motor in the car, and hope I did it right. I should have everything to start the car today. So, I've got the whole engine cleaned up. You can see it looks much better. Engine cleaned up, new O-ring on that little guy right there, the crank sensor. I've got oil filters, and say 30 engine oil. That's going to be like a couple minutes of run time, and then we're going to switch it out for the AMS oil. So I'm stoked. See, engine's pretty clean, looks good, everything's torqued. Let's put it in. Wow, that fought me a lot more than I thought it would. And let me show you. So this little mount right here, the back side of the mount, back there, did not line up with the front side where the bolt entered. So after some negotiation, and I actually ended up adjusting the mount on the cross member, got it to go in. No problem now. So as you can see, the motor is in. So now I have to hook everything up. I'm going to do the exhaust. I've already done the torque converter. I have to do the starter, everything in the front, intake, and we're going to start it. This is big. It's ready to start. I'm missing the coolant sensor, and I'm also not finished with the heater core. I have everything to make custom lines, so I'm going to make lines for it. I just don't have the time today, but I do have the time to start it. So everything is done. Everything is hooked up. It has oil in it. Oh, well, I have to hook up the throttle cable. That's no big deal. I'll hook up the throttle cable, I'll set the camera up, and we're gonna fire it up. I am freaking beat. This thing has absolutely kicked me, but it is back together, and it looks pretty much the same, just dirtier. So that part of the video that you just saw was me getting the crap scared out of me. So I only let it run for about 30 seconds, and I did not know that it can take, for a set of lifters that have been run, up to 2 minutes for them to pump up, and it ran for maybe 30 seconds. So between me being absolutely exhausted and it being a little bit scared of the engine, I shut it off and revert it. So I'm gonna let it run for a little bit longer this time, and we'll see if the noise goes away. I pulled the valve cover off, and I'll put the picture here. No oil made it up to the valve train, so that tells me that the lifters didn't get oil. That means that nothing's pumped up. So I'm gonna fire it back up, and we'll see what happens. filter on him. This is with the AMS oil. I have got a freaking awesome little sensor right here. And if you look, it is a 3-wire. So I've got the pigtail coming. I'll be here later today. But this is a coolant temperature sensor. Now, this guy is very hard to track down. Very expensive, actually. It was a $45 sensor. It's a TX111 from Standard. And it uses just a regular GM 3-wire temperature sensor plug. I also think it's the same plug as the TPS, but who knows. So I'm going to use this. 2 wires go to the ECM for, you know, for fan controls and all that stuff, but the 3rd wire goes to the gauge, and I would very much like that. I don't even care if the gauge is accurate as long as the gauge functions, because then I know if it's overheating. And I don't really want to put a bunch of gauges in the car. It's going to have an oil pressure gauge, it's going to have an AFR gauge, and that's it. I'm cool with that. It's clean. It works. So, I'm going to be getting that guy in and wired up as soon as my plug comes. And the other thing I'm going to be doing is working on the heater core. So I've got aluminum piping here. And I'm psycho enough that I'm going to make my own lines. I also have this thing right here. So this is a diverter. I had a lot of people recommend that I use the diverter. So my 2 lines are going to come out here, and the diverter is going to sit around here. Let's see. That way. It's going to sit like so, or maybe like so. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll have to figure that out. But I'm going to remove this line and just reinstall that line future, because I need that to sit where it's good. And then I'm going to run 2 hard lines up into these guys. So you can see the 2 fittings there and there. So it's going to kind of follow the same line as this, this wiring right here, and it should have a pretty good look to it. So I had absolutely no idea that this would work. This was literally just me trying to make the engine bay clean. But the Lord is absolutely blessing me and blessing my hands, because it's actually working and it doesn't look that bad. So you can see the line I have right now. I'm going to tweak it. It's not final. But unfortunately, they cross over. So the small hose is on the left, big hose is on the right, big hose is on the left, small hose is on the right. You can see them over there. Haven't trimmed it yet. So that kind of sucks, but I'm going to run the small hose, or sorry, line underneath, and it should look pretty cool anyway. But this is all I've done. So this is the small one that I'm running right now. I put a tight bend in it, and I cut it, and that'll go into the hose right there. I mean, dude, I'm missing some clamps, but I think that looks pretty good. And I've got room for my AC compressor. So AC compressor is going to be here. So I've got room. And this line will come through. I have a bunch of lines right here for the AC compressor. That line will go through here. If I'm somewhere, I'll figure that out. Yeah, it's a cool little tool. I like it. Straight off Amazon. Straight up Amazon. Aluminum piping. Works pretty good. I'm happy with how that turned out. It beat some hoses just hanging around. So. Want to see what heartbreak looks like? Look, we've got all these fancy lines running in here, and then I hopped in the car and I said, what's that? That looks like a freaking heater core. Unbelievable. Nah, there's nothing in there. Look at it steaming. Oh, look at it pouring. Crazy. Crazy work. It's right there too. Well, at least. Oh, there's nothing good about that. Look at the. Oh, jeez. All right, we got the motor in. Motor runs. The motor has coolant in it. It's got good oil pressure. Doesn't make any weird noises, and it runs pretty damn good. So, very excited about that. I've also wrapped up a couple little things like the headlights, and I finished the wiring for the. Coolant temperature sensor. Runs over, so it works. So now it is time for us to start on the rear. Let's get this rear knocked out because I want to drive this damn car. And I've only got about 2 weeks before I take it to the Hot Rod Custom Festival. So got some cool content coming up if the car holds together. The transmission's still stock, so we'll see. Yeah, catch you in the next one.